Skanking, we skanking, we skanking. Codewalkers, oh, we your top ranking.
One time for the bronze.
Skanking, we skanking, we skanking. Codewalkers, oh, we your top ranking.
One time for that. One time for that.
Skanking, we skanking, we skanking. Codewalkers, oh, we your top ranking. Skanking, we skanking, we skanking. Codewalkers, oh, we your top ranking.
Road man, cold man, gotta get that soul man. Old man, don't give a damn, gotta get that. Road man, cold man, gotta get that soul man. Old man, don't give a damn, gotta get that.
Skanking, we skanking, we skanking.
Gotta get that.
Codewalkers, oh, we your top ranking.
Gotta get that.
Skanking, we skanking, we skanking.
Gotta get that.
Codewalkers, oh, we your top ranking.
Gotta get that.
They call you warrior.
The sound of the heathen race.
Yeah.
The sound of the
They call you warrior. They call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior. They call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior. They feeling sorry when they step into your face. You the champion, you take the belt now, take the 80-90 race. I feel the pain you roll, keep in control. Nothing showing on your face. You dare expressionless and night job depressionless. Come make we go and fight another day. They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah.
sound of the heathen race.
They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah.
The sound of the
They call you warrior, nothing sorrier. There are no battles left to fight. No more wars now, no just cause now. You just brawling in the night. Now you a mercenary scanning around. Glances in a darkened place. This got tied to a chair. I'm quite wish you were not there. How far can this now be a fall from grace? They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah.
sound of the heathen race.
They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah.
The sound of the
They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah.
sound of the heathen race.
They call you warrior, they call you warrior. They call you warrior, watching you fight inside a cage. 12 gauge, pump up those fists, you're on stage. We clown and transform into hunters instead of baits. Relegate, take the time to emulate, you choose a warrior. Who's left to run, who's left to raise a champion? See you crave the people's praise. Watching as the victor clutching cups full of dust, and killers licking glitter as the silver bleeds to rust. They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior, they call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior. Yeah. They call you warrior. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Listen to street philosophy. Now we bring you to the realm of street philosophy. Listen to the meaning now, Shobana, Mr. B. Affluent in beats, it's radical academy. Loving and expanding, we like water from the sea. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Biggity bo. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Listen to street philosophy. Query in my flow, you questioning ontology. When we know you can't handle my epistemology, we relegate your bull now to pop psychology, or worse, petty eugenics, cranial phrenology. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Biggity bo. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Listen to street philosophy. Desperation shows and now you're facing in your stance. While radical is only here to make your ass dance. And I provide the mental stimulation. If you please interrupt me one more time and I'ma knock you to your knees. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Biggity bo. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Listen to street philosophy. Like gangsta in the 90s, you know my steez. Critics from political elites who cream the cheese. Dough, Muller, cash, money, Benjis, and the green. Enough now, walk away, tell the people what you seen. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Biggity bo. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Listen to street philosophy. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Biggity, biggity, biggity bo. Biggity bo, oh, oh. Listen to street philosophy. Now we bring you to the realm of street philosophy. Listen to the meaning. Shobana Mr. B. Affluent in beats is Radical Academy. Loving and expanding, we like water from the sea. Querying my flow, questioning ontology. When we both know you can't even handle my epistemology. We relegate your bull now to pop psychology, or even worse, petty eugenics and cranial phrenology. Desperation shows up on your face and in your stance, while radical is only here to make your ass dance. And I provide the mental stimulation, if you please. Interrupt me one more time and I'ma knock you to your knees. Like Gangstar in the 90s, yeah, you know my steez. Critics from political elites who cream the cheese. Dough, Muller, cash, money, Benjis, and the cream. Enough, now walk away and tell the people what you see. When the sunlight starts to fade, all we made crumbles to dust in the shade, and my heart it starts to burn, but the world still turns. There's nothing left for you. Succumb to pressure in my thinking, yes sir. We not come down, distract down, make a mess up. So bring that fire, justice like a tire, burning round the neck of criminals and liars. Come learning at the feet of Mr. B, who that with the reading Radical Academy. Innocence we talk till and run from the area, boys brandishing a Russian gun. When the sunlight starts to fade, all we made crumbles to dust in the shade, and my heart it starts to burn, but the world still turns. There's nothing left for you. The color of a devil man eye, topping up in brethren, political headdress. The color of a bad man blood, spilling on the ground for the sake of us God. The rhythm of a bad man sound, looking for honesty, they lost and found. The rhythm of a bad man's soul, him a making happy, brassy, be up the one having up the flood. We flowing like meteors at night. You flow but can't compete with iron sights. We flow like all to do are in the land. Codewalkers blast you back to empty desert sand. We flowing like pharaohs in the Nile. We flowing while you stay in denial. We flowing like lava underneath. Codewalkers bring the noise, come watch us bring the heat.
Just flow. Just flow. Just flow.
We flowing like meteors at night. You flow the Gaga beach with iron sights. We flow like what you do out in the land. Codewalkers drag you back to empty desert sand.
Just flow.
We flowing like pharaohs in the Nile. We flowing while you stay in denial. We flowing like lava underneath. Codewalkers bring the noise, come watch us bring the heat.
Just flow.
We breaking ground, taking names, ain't got no sense of shame. And we delight in the pain of the thieving insane. You cannot hide from the light that keeps burning inside. Can you relate? No debate, cause we all part of the pride. And when you walking and stalking across the concrete and veldt, you strategizing, devising to conquer all of that wealth. Best keep an eye on that back, best keep your enemies close to the heart of the flame, cause you the fire you boast. You breaking down. Break down all the walls right in front of you. Nothing is preventing you. Time to take a different view. You know your life is a blade. Time to sharpen the cut away the things that are holding you a prisoner. And I can't tell what they are searching for. You breaking, I won't let them use you anymore. And when you break through the pain, what you find is your soul. Though you've been burned, you have learned how to harness that hope. You got a hunger and need to develop a seed and watch it break glass ceilings. Now you take what you need. Each barricade and each fence, you overcame it with senses. They try to withhold, you dominated intenses. Now the future is yours because the present is mud. Took the past and remade it, now you angry in blood. You breaking out, you breaking down. Break down all the walls right in front of you. Nothing is preventing you. Time to take a different view. You know your life is a blade. Time to sharpen the cut away the things that are holding you a prisoner. And I can't tell what they are searching for. You breaking, I won't let them use you anymore. With the blades and the razors, cutting up no phasers, breaking up the path to all the definition lasers. We break a path to illuminated light, while the strangers, no dangers, come putting up a fight. Suggest liberation, questioning your might. No money or no time to decelerate, no station. Bandy river, them are setting up a garden. Bandy grave, them are building up a nation. You breaking out, you breaking down. You breaking out, you breaking out, you breaking ground. You breaking out, you breaking out, you breaking down. Break down all the walls right in front of you. Nothing is preventing you. Time to take a different view. You know your life is a blade. Time to sharpen it, cut away the things that are holding you a prisoner. And I can't tell what they are searching for. I won't let them use you anymore. Jack, I break chains from all that by you. Breaking out, you breaking, you breaking out, you breaking. Codewalkers, she check remember this. Breaking out, you breaking, you breaking out, you breaking. Up, my D above the crowd. You breaking out, you breaking, you breaking out, you breaking. Jackie and one more. He beat it by Namaduro.
Hey everyone, welcome to our first live stream based on the series that Sean's been doing on teaching people how to write their own rap. We thought it'd be a cool idea just to talk a bit about it and see some examples of what people have sent us in. I think we're going to plan to do this every time we put a new video in the series out. Is that right?
Yep. We'll do the
cool.
video.
So
Give people some time to write their own raps. Practice some of the skills we talked about, and then send it in. And this is the video where we give the feedback.
yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a very long live stream today. We're just we don't have much of a structure. We're just going to wing it really, and see how this evolves as we go.
Best way to do it.
So yeah, Sean, we put the first video out like a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Well, can you give us like an idea of what it was about? The basic gist of it. Like, what did you think?
Yeah. So obviously, I would encourage everyone to go and have a look at that if you're watching this live stream. It's a short video, really, really short. It was like 2.5, 3 minutes long, and it just takes you through some of the key skills that you need in order to be able to write a good rap. And that's what we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, just putting out these videos that build up on those skills. So every week, if you get involved, you write a rap based on that week's ideas and also your own inspiration. And yeah, it was got some interesting ideas back. Some people really got engaged and got involved. It's cool.
Yeah, nice. And the first video was it was starting right at the beginning, pretty much, wasn't it? It was explaining like how long a verse is, like how many lines you're fitting in, how many beats you need to cover, that kind of stuff. Because even though that might like seem like second nature to some people, if you haven't kind of done this kind of thing before, it can be quite scary starting off with a blank page, right? And it can be helpful to have some structure. So yeah, definitely check that video out if you're kind of looking to get into writing your own stuff. Probably applies to lots of lyric writing and other styles as well, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of the best writers in the world can flip between different genres. We're talking about novel writers and people like that. But there's no reason why the fundamental skills aren't the same. The ability to structure your time, the ability to understand exactly what type of writing works, what type of language you're using, a focus on your audience. Who are you writing for? Do they have the same language? Do they have the same understanding? And yeah, it's a cool thing to get involved with. And it's really nice to sort of see what people come up with, people who've never tried writing rhymes before, because there's always this mystique about music. But to be honest, about any creative endeavor, like anytime someone's creative, whether they're a graffiti artist or I was watching this video the other day about this guy who is like one of these East End old school con artists, and he was like a really talented artist, but all he used to do is he just used to forge famous paintings, like full-on famous paintings, Renaissance pictures, all that kind of stuff. I was looking at him and thinking, this guy has some serious skills, but he didn't take himself seriously. He was just it was just fun for him. And I think that's the idea. Like, people sort of see that kind of skill and they think, he's some sort of genius. He's beyond us. But this guy's really down to earth and just like, you just do it because it's fun. Not the conning people, obviously, bit, but the artistic bit. Yeah. Just for the record, I'm not encouraging forgery as a valid career.
Sour grapes.
Is it impressive?
Have you watched
Please,
the sour
don't do
grape
it.
thing on Netflix? It's
No,
about
what's that?
No.
wine, like fine wine forging guy who mixed like cheap
Really?
wines to make them taste like really expensive ones and then sold them to people.
Oh,
I'm
that
not
sounds-
Yeah,
surprised.
it's
I always feel like anytime someone starts going on about, here's some wine, I can smell the earth
Yeah.
and a hint of raspberries in the sunlight. It's like, you what?
You
It's alcoholic. Drink it and shut up.
Do you have any advice for someone who might be looking to get into forgery?
Well, I was about to say something that would probably get me lynched. I was going to say coming from a Nigerian background, but I can never ever say that because that is a stereotype and it's wrong. There's more to Nigerians than
Oh, right, yeah.
419.
I didn't even click
Yeah,
with that.
so
yeah.
anyone, there are. I feel the need to point out the sheer number of Nigerians graduating from Harvard and all the rest of it. But having said that, number one, if you're interested in the life of crime, it's number one, never get caught. Number two, don't leave any injuries or bodies. The best criminals don't hurt anyone, so no one comes. No, it's true. The best criminals in the world.
The best criminals
leave.
don't hurt anyone.
Seriously, I mean, seriously, they targets. What they do is they go for soft targets or for people who the rest of the population don't like. So there's a whole bunch of millionaires, billionaires who've got forged copies of art pieces, or they've been properly
that's
ripped
what
off
the
and
Sa-
blackmailed, and no
That's
one's
what
doing
the
a
sour
bat for
sour
them.
grape thing was. He was like
Yeah,
ripping.
yeah. If you
those
choose your
sort of people
target
off.
right, you choose people who've got a massive ego and money to
I think
burn.
he's facing.
No one's going to bat
facing
for them.
quite
No one's
serious
trying to
charges
find
now,
the
though.
truth.
I think
Say
the
again?
guy's facing quite serious charges from what at the end
He
of it.
he got caught. Yeah, he got caught.
I must be honest. When I asked you the question, I wasn't expecting that detailed of an answer. But there we
Sorry,
go.
man, I thought
There
about
we
this too
go.
much. Alternative careers to music.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some rap, shall we? So the first one we're gonna look at is one that Luke sent in.
What up, Luke?
Which is really cool. Yeah. Thanks for sending it in. It's great, like to see people react to our videos, and hopefully you'll keep on doing it as the series goes by, and it'd be amazing to see kind of that development and all that kind of stuff. So what we thought we'd do to start with is get Sean to rap it, and then you're going to give us some thoughts on it as well, aren't you? And then I think it's
Yeah.
even inspired you to do your own one on a similar theme to what Luke has done. So
Yeah, no,
listen to that
because
as well.
after seeing what Luke wrote, I came up with about 4 bars based on that, or 4 lines based on that. So I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so I'm going to try his style, and I'll showcase my
Nice.
4 lines, and then I'll talk. Well, actually, no,
Nice.
it will make more sense if I do Luke's first, and then do the feedback,
Yes.
say what I liked about it, and maybe where he should go next, and then
Yeah.
I'll rap my 4 lines.
Is your voice all right?
Need some
You're
more.
going to be able to manage it.
Yeah, it went.
He's got some of that
It went a bit.
forged wine.
Yeah, some of this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to give it a go when you're ready?
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So let's see what we got. All right. Hopefully this is coming through on the channel. Yeah. Can we all hear that? I'm hoping we can hear it, because otherwise I'm just rapping into thin air.
That's all right.
I am
I'm sure they can hear
unstoppable. You beating me, that's the bet you gonna lose. Highly improbable. Get a seat or get beat. You wanna choose? Nah. I got a temper. I know you mad strongest Avenger. Not a contender. Knock you to November. Do you surrender? When I go beast mode, I don't think you can maintain. You be killing me. I see your jealousy. You turning green like a fake chain. I'm turning green. I'm turning green. I'm turning green like a fake chain. There you go. A little bit of
Nice.
a little bit of ad libbing
Amazing.
there, but
That's cool.
Yeah. No, great job. And yeah, thanks for Luke sending that in. That's
yeah,
amazing.
much respect to Luke.
I just love the Avengers reference. Like, if anything's
Yeah,
got like
like-
a superhero reference, then I'm on board.
You
Very
can't
cool.
go wrong. Yeah, hits me right in the nerd feels.
Do we have a favorite superhero that if we want to write a lyric that David will like, we should go for though?
Yeah, you have. What
should
is
we
it?
go for?
Oh, favorite superhero. I always used to like X-Men most as a kid,
it
so I
Cyclops
think
or
I'd go for Gambit.
Gambit.
Or maybe
Ooh.
if I was a bit younger, I would go for Donatello.
Nice. Yeah. Why are you?
So either
Oh
Gambit
no,
from
it's just
X-Men or
a
Donatello.
Turtles
Turtles
reference.
are always
That's
wicked, aren't they?
hardcore.
So-
I like it. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
How about you guys?
Yeah,
I
Ben, what
haven't
about
really
you?
Thought of it.
It's hard one. I got it. See,
Sure.
back in the day, I could have picked out something that I thought was obscure. I'd have said Luke Cage, but now like
Everyone knows.
everyone knows. He had his own TV series and all the rest of it, so I can't. Or I could have said Black Panther, but there's like literally a movie, awesome movie. Much respect and rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
So there's not that many hidden or obscure cool superheroes left. Probably, I'd say something like from the Hulk world, like Scar. It's like hard, that's proper comic book geekery there. But yeah, Hulk's son, Scar. Comic book nerds will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I have no
Come up with a
idea.
rap
Does he
about
have the
that.
same
Old
similar
power and,
powers to Hulk, or
Similar, but I don't want to give away too much. You gotta, if you want to be a true on comic book geek, you got to do the research.
Fair enough.
So you got to find out about Scar. Two ways, Scar.
So what are your thoughts on that? Give us your thoughts.
Yeah. So in terms of my feedback on Luke's work, which was exemplary, respect Luke. I'd say timing is really important. So the way the lyrics were set up, there's lots of space. You know, he had some really good delayed rhymes. So his rhymes had loads of space for you to kind of, you know, say uhs and ahs. You know, he put that in his rapping actually. I'm not good at that style, so I left those out. But you know, it's he put in spaces for people, literally for the hype man in the background to be going, yeah, ah. So I thought that was really cool. His rhymes were designed to be almost like a group effort. Other things he did, so good delayed rhymes, good timing. The only thing I would probably suggest is that maybe have a contrast. So the rhymes, you've got like these really short lines with space in them. That needs to be contrasted with other lines where you've got a lot of syllables, like just really wordy. And so you want a link and a contrast in slower, dragged out lines to more multi-syllable style. And the advice I'd give is you want to check out someone who is a masterclass on, you know, the sort of rapid fire polysyllabic ill rhyme skills, and we're talking about Busta Rhymes. So there's no, if you want to see someone who can just fire off bars like they are shotgun material, like just Uzis, just shooting out these rhymes, check out Busta Rhymes. He is unbelievable. And I think so for someone like Luke, not that you want to copy that style, but that's going to give you a bit of a contrast. So you keep your style, but then once in a while you drop on these sort of like rapid fire bars. And yeah, I think that's the only advice I'd have. I really liked the rhyme. I liked the consistency. Yeah, you know, it's thematically consistent. He's got that kind of hip hop bravado, you know, which is going on. And again, you know, for anyone who's sort of not into rap music or into hip hop, who takes it too seriously, get a life. You know, it is about fronting. It's about having the attitude up front. It's not actually, it's not violence. It's a play. It is attitude. It is, you know, persona. So I think Luke had a really good sort of, it was quite clever actually. It was like this weird mix between the fronting, which is, you know, I got a temper on, oh yeah, oh, you do want to step to me, you don't want to step to me. And then he mentions comic books, which is the literal opposite. It's like, yeah, I'm hard, like the Hulk. It's really, it works. You know, it's like,
it's nice.
Yeah, you know,
it's cool.
I'm angry.
Gives it a
like
character.
An Avenger. Yeah, it was wicked. So I really like that.
Yeah.
And again, you know,
brilliant.
good references when he said
Can I
turning green like a fake chain. Now that was clever because obviously, you know, copper turns green. When it gets oxidized. So loads of people wearing fake chains, you know, acting like they can afford the gold. You see it green. It's like, oh.
Do you think that's something he could expand on in the next verse? Like,
oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. Like
I would, like,
yeah, I would love to see or hear a whole verse where he takes someone apart from like, cause you know, I'm guessing Luke's probably school age. I'm getting I just get a vibe. I have a hint that he might be school age. So, you know, if he's school age, he'll be surrounded by people who he might think, you know, oh, you're an idiot, you're an idiot, you're an idiot. So I'd love to see one of his, like a whole verse, just like ripping people apart, you know, because the whole fake chain thing, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, he knows someone who's done that. He knows someone who's walking around with a massive gold chain and it's a little bit green from the oxidation. So it's blatantly fake. Yeah. So yeah, I would encourage Luke to go the full roasting route. I want to see a verse which is just roasting people. Not in a cool. Not in a harsh way, but you know.
It's brilliant. Thanks so much for sending that in. Look forward to seeing some more. It was interesting what you said actually about mixing it up with some slow bits and some fast bits, because it's the same with songwriting a lot in that you want to get a balance between repetition and variation. Like if something is too repetitive, it's boring. But if there's too much variation, it just doesn't make any sense. So it's kind of good to have your style, isn't it? But you need some variation in there to keep things interesting.
Yeah.
Also, as a guitarist, you were mentioning putting some fast bits in, and there's some rappers who are really good at doing fast stuff. I know in kind of especially certain guitar circles, there's a big thing about being like the fastest player and being able to do,
Yeah.
be able to play stuff quicker at a higher BPM than the other guy. Like,
Mm.
is does that happen in rap at all? Is that a thing?
It. I mean, I would have probably like. It depends. It depends on the type because again, even with rap is not one, single homogenous, group. You have people with their preferences. So there are some people who just like the fun stuff, just old school like 80s. I came here today to show you a way. That some people love that stuff. Other people are more into their like early 90s, mid 90s like gangster rap, which is a little bit more, a lot more aggressive and in your face. I guess at the moment, what's more popular, I guess, it started with mumble rap about 5 years ago, what used to be called mumble rap, and that's kind of developed to a sort of a way that people are. It's somewhere between singing and rapping, and it's not quite. It is rapping, but doing it in a melodic way, which has started back in the day with Bone Thugs and Harmony. So that was a long while ago, but they were the only people doing it back in the day. Now you've got sort of a different background music, trap style that has changed the Bone Thug and Harmony style. But that type of rapping is what is popular at the moment. I would. I don't think there's one. I don't have a preference to be honest, and I wouldn't want to. Anyone who's serious about writing their rhymes, they need to find their own voice and see which type of rap really appeals to them, what style appeals to them, and that's going to be represented by. So you're going to have a look at what's out there. You've got Busta Rhymes. I recommend it because of his fast, rapid fire style. He's a bit more than that. He's a lot more complicated than that. But that's one of the things he really excels at. So have a look at he's an outlier because he's from the West Indies. Like as a child, his parents are Jamaican and they moved to New York. So he has a really strange style, which is a dance hall, sort of a Jamaican style, but with that New York energy. His accent is pure American, but the energy is definitely Jamaican. You cannot you can't avoid that. It's amazing. So you got someone like Busta Rhymes. I would suggest there's a couple of strange ones which probably no one's heard of anymore. But back in the day, there used to be a group called Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter had an album called Nocturnal, and that was full of really dark beats, which would probably go around really well today. With some really dark beats and really interesting interplay in how they, it wasn't the style wasn't fast at all. It was very, very regular, but they were all about the accent and the voice, and it was almost like acting with rapping. So they were almost playing characters at the time. So that was really interesting. And of course, for something a bit more mainstream, check up the Fugees. That's a classic album. Fugees a score. Wyclef, Praz, and then a couple of guests, and obviously Lauryn Hill, an amazing singer and an amazing rapper. And I think if you want to see or hear rap that covers pretty much everything from we're just gonna have a bit of fun to like pure aggression to a little bit of that mix of singing as well. I think the score is a good way to go. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, some good recommendations there. It's interesting what you said about like how modern rap can be half sung, half spoken. Because I was watching a video the other day, and it was someone was analyzing like a lot of pop hits that are around at the minute, and a lot of rappers around at the minute, and he was saying that basically there's actually a lot more melody in some of these songs that we'd call rap than there is in some of these big pop hits, because
Yeah.
things like one note melodies and very simple rhythmic hooks are really popular. And there's also there's a lot of melody in rap, even though it kind of feels, or there can be, even though it kind of feels spoken, there
Yeah.
is a pitch to it and quite a clear pitch a lot of the time.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
saying it's like more about how the music is presented as to whether it's rap or not,
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
whether the music is sung or spoken, which I'd never thought about before. And I thought, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's
Yeah, no, the
really
lines are
interesting.
blurred. No, I agree 100%. There's, especially with rap and pop, those lines have blurred, a lot. And to be honest, I'd like to see some, I suppose like, you had that Blur a long time ago when sort of that early 2000s new metal where you had the blur between rap and sort of more rock style, and now we got the rap, sort of blur between rap and pop. Yeah, it is again some when you're talking about the divisions between different genres, it's all artificial anyway. You have to, you write the song you want to write, and then someone else comes up and tells you, "Oh yeah, that's reggae." It's like, well, it's the song I wanted to write. Someone comes up to you and says, "Yeah, no, that's a rock song." It's like, well, that's what I wanted to write. Sometimes these labels are put in from the outside. You write what you want to do.
Yep.
I just seen Luke just commented saying he really likes the beat. So should we put that up as a download? So if people want to use it to write their own raps or to practice rap over all that kind of stuff, they can download it off.
What do you reckon, Ben? Can we do that?
Yeah, for sure. I'll get a link up.
All right. Just for you, Luke.
And we'll maybe do some.
Just for you.
And maybe we'll do some different ones.
Yeah, there are a few
write some different beats for us because Ben writes.
There are a few references in that beat that maybe might get some copyright strikes. So.
Is there?
The
can you enlighten us as to who they are?
Just the same riff. Do you not even get that?
Is in Paradise by Coldplay. That Paradise.
No, the Coolio one. Yeah, I got that one.
Coolio.
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean
Gangsta's Paradise?
All right. Yeah, I didn't. Well, I can't hear the beat. I heard it the other day, but I can't hear it now. So.
It's only right.
Let's move on anyway. Sure. Let's hear your what you wrote, having been inspired by what Luke had written.
Yeah. So these are my 4 bars inspired by Luke. So you get credit. You get credit for this. It's only 4 lines. Maybe we'll come up with we'll collaborate on a full song together on this. Okay, here we go. AKA Mr. B and Luke. I am unstoppable, ladies call me wappable. You beating me now, my beats are droppable. Don't be making bets when you know you going to lose. You defeating me, highly improbable.
Nice.
That's nice. Nice. Very cool. Maybe we'll see bits of that turning up in a Codewalkers track soon. It always is amazing me, like writing with you, is that you write stuff super, super fast, but also you've just got this huge database in your mind of like bits of things that you've written before that you can just draw upon. Like whenever we're in a writing session or something like that, you've just always got something hidden away that will suit the situation we were in at the time.
Oh, thanks. No.
That's really
Please.
cool.
Say
It
more.
makes things easier anyway. Okay, let's move on. So this next rap is a very special rap, and we haven't shown Sean this one, so he's never seen it before.
I have
We're gonna
no
get
idea
to
what's
rap
coming.
it. For those of you who don't know, me and Ben are brothers, and of course, our parents are very supportive of Codewalkers and all the musical stuff we do. So
Big up the Dabsons.
When they heard about this, my mum emailed me one night with just a random thing, and I was like, "Well, what's this email?" And then I spoke to the day afterwards, and it was a rap that she'd written, having watched your video.
Awesome.
So we're gonna do that. And by the way, Mum is really good with words. She writes all the words for the Dero project that I do as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
she does write, but I wouldn't say that rap is her like style as such. Okay,
We
so
have a
I'm
whole new
putting that
genre
in
of mum rap.
I've put it in the Evernote. What's it called? It's called The Night Cat.
Nice. All right. Let's see this right.
So don't take too long over reading it. Just
No,
get the beat on
it's,
it.
it's
Let's
the
get
whole
rap.
idea is to just do it quick. All right. So it's called. Can't see it.
Can you not? It's in there.
Nope, can't see it, man.
Refresh. Don't worry, I'll put it in our Zoom chat.
Oh, here we go. Found it. Yeah, it's in the place. All right, good.
Yeah, you got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Nice. So beat on.
Beat on, go.
All right, so no
Yeah.
time at all. All right, fair enough. All right.
No,
This
no,
is
read-
this is the
read and
test.
say.
All right, so I've just seen this. I haven't even seen it. I just need to put the music
Yeah.
on first. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it out. Very much respect. Music from the Dabson clan. Check it out. It's called a nightcap. Well, I woke up in the night and I thought I want a bite. I went to the kitchen to get myself some chicken, but there on the mat was a strange enormous cat. The eyes of emerald green, the biggest ever seen, and it stared at me and said, "You should go straight back to bed." But I said, "This is my kitchen, and I only want some chicken." But he said, "I'm here to stay, so you do what I say, and the first thing you will do is give me chicken too."
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Cool.
Good effort.
Good
Yeah.
job. Um, so
And
it's
that-
like
that is
a bit of
actually
a
That's perfectly in fitting with what we're talking about in the video, because the video is all about narrative lyricism, like coming up with this, making your rhymes into a story. That's a story. Job
Yeah.
done. I like it. And like, given if I had a bit more time with it, then one of the things I would have done, and anyone who's going to do these rhymes, like, feel free to do random voices, because I mean, people take the rap too seriously. So if it's just like, oh yeah, I'm hard, whatever. But with someone like Busta Rhymes, for example, if he starts doing different characters, you can hear that change in his voice. So you could even do like a cat voice. How would a cat rap?
Go on,
Now this is a question.
What's the choice for? So what did it say? It said you should go straight back to bed.
Yeah.
How does a cat say that?
How would a cat rap that? Now that's a question
Ben,
I'm
you
asking.
can
I'm
do
not doing it.
cat noises, can you?
I'm just
Oh,
asking.
you're not doing it. Okay,
can't do
if
it
anyone has
anyway.
any ideas on that, let us
Is it,
know.
I'm out of training from my cat noise.
Any? I know. Any feedback for Mum on that?
No, See, now I got to be careful now because this is your mum.
No.
No, no, no. You
I
go
don't
for
want to
it.
be disrespectful. No, I like it. It's good.
She
It's
takes feedback
got a
very
good
well.
rhyme scheme. It's got a nice consistency. Probably the only thing I'd say is maybe mix it up. Have a slight mixture between shorter and long lines. So maybe just like every third or fourth or fifth line, really pack in the syllables just to change the rhythm a bit, and then go back to the normal beat.
Yeah, that's
Apart from
cool.
that, it's good. I really like it. And
Yeah, it's very
nice use of
very
vocabulary.
structured, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Very structured. Yeah, consistent. So maybe a bit more variation in that one would be cool.
Hmm.
But you like the storytelling aspect. Of
I
it.
do. The storytelling bit's what appeals to me. It's a story, and it's almost like it's got space for. I would almost ignore the rhythmic aspect and just focus on like the voices and just telling that story. You get the impression of I was waking up, going to the kitchen, sorry, see some chicken, and then what's
A
this?
superhero
A strange
cat.
enormous cat. Superhero.
That reminds
this
me
is
a
the
bit,
origin
actually,
story of Catwoman.
It reminds me a bit of Scroobius Pip's track Angles. I don't know if you've heard that
Oh.
one, but it's
Yeah.
it's an amazing story, and it's like it's him telling the same story about this guy who gets stabbed in a shop, but it tells the story like all the different verses from the perspective of like the guy's boss, the
Mm.
security guard who got stabbed, the guy, the little, or not the little boy, but the teenager or whatever who stabbed him, his brother, and
Mm.
like it's and when you see him do it live, he has all these little different costumes he does. So he puts like a
Mhm.
tie on for one bit, and he puts a hat on for the next bit, or some glasses. And as you're saying, like you really kind of get the sense of different characters and
Yeah.
that story developing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, play up on the characters, you reckon?
Yeah, I think that the Nightcast is going to be all about performance rather than, style or syllables or anything like that. That's definitely a performance piece.
Nice. Maybe we'll get Mum to do it on video and send it in.
That'll be wicked, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Codewalkers
So yeah,
featuring
thanks for sending
Mum.
that in, Mum. Yeah, Codewalkers featuring Mum. Yeah. Or maybe MUM could be her rap name, something like that.
Yeah. Now we got to
Um,
think of we need to make up the acronym now. So, most universal master. I can't, yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I should take
Madly
that.
ubiquitous mumbler.
Yeah, let us know your ideas anyway. Okay, let's finish off. What can we expect in the next video? Do we know when it's coming, and do we know what's in it?
Yep. So the next video is going to be all about the rhymes. So it's talking about different levels of rhyme, different types of rhyme, all the basic. I suppose anyone who still remembers the torture of English classes back in the day, you might be thinking about poetic devices. So that's all it's about, basically. Switching and using those poetic devices that you had to learn in order to talk about Shakespeare, and actually using them for your raps. So you thought that it was going to be useless. You thought all the English you learned was going to be pointless. Now it's worth it just for this rap.
And that's our advert.
Nice. yeah. Brilliant. Okay, let's leave it there. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. We're going to keep doing more of these, even if no one watches them. I've had a good time
fun.
chatting to you guys about rap. And,
Yeah, it's good fun, man.
It's it's kind of like being in the studio again and writing stuff. Just because obviously I miss that at the minute and miss chatting.
We're going to talk
music
about that.
and- Sorry.
We're going to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. We said we weren't going to talk about.
Going to keep it
anything.
upbeat.
We weren't going to mention the C word, were we?
We already talked about cats. What are you on about?
yeah, we had to talk about cats. Yeah. Yeah. So keep an eye out for the next video. It'll be up very soon. It's going to be a whole series of them. Please send us your examples in. We'd love to have more stuff to chat about, more stuff that Sean can rap and kind of give feedback on. Big thanks to Luke and MUM who sent in their raps. We look forward to having more from you and seeing how you develop as the series goes by. Cool.
We can have a collaboration between Luke
Check
and
out our
MUM.
social medias. yeah. That would be cool. Yeah, check out our social medias at Codewalkers Band on everything. Our website's codewalkers.uk. If you have any questions or is there anything we can help with, just send us a message. And we're pretty good at getting back to people. Awesome. Do you guys have anything you want to say before we go?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Rounded up pretty
And
well.
a few words. Yeah, no. Thanks everyone for listening in. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. And yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep this moving.
Nice. Yep. See you guys
one.
next time.
Cool. Bye.
All right. Peace. Take it out.